I'm going to introduce you. Kind of. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Australian Youth Ultimate Championships 2016 in beautiful, sunny Melbourne, Australia. We've got New South Wales in the light blue versus Victoria in the dark blue, the navy blue. These teams met in the round robin, with Victoria being successful, and the first pull comes up and rolls out of bounds. So joining me with commentary here while that disc comes in bounds is Jess.
Hello.
And Holly.
Hello.
And Mercedes.
Hi.
And these three just won the national championship in the girls division, so they have big smiles on their faces, and deservedly so. They played very well. So we have Anthony O'Hagan with the disc, gets it moving. It's gone to Tom, who's the captain of the team, running hard and moving the disc hard down the sideline. And Alex Chapman with the disc. And they've got it just outside the end zone. It's very frenetic pace for this first point. Big dive and a goal scored past that diving block. Anthony O'Hagan caught the goal. Yeah? Impressive. What do we think of that first point there, Holly?
Oh, it's pretty impressive the way the boys move the disc. It's always, not inspirational, but it's a big difference to watch the boys play and their flow up the field. We had Felix from New South Wales put his body on the line there, taking out the cone to try and get the block. It's pretty impressive from both ends. The boys run themselves hard and change pretty much their entire line from O to D.
There may not be as many turnovers. It's always a stoppage or a turnover or something, because it's hard to, or you just be aware of it and then hand it over to someone you know.
Do you want us to say quietly the reference?
No, it's hard.
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
Yeah, so it's better to just have it in front of you or point at the name there so the person can read it out, I reckon. No, today. No, don't call it that. Well, you can add that as colour in between. Okay, so so this is the pattern that we saw in the semi-final with Victoria just occupying the line for an extended period of time. But both teams seem to be keen on that, so hopefully the time between points is a bit faster in this game. So running you through let's maybe talk the New South Wales line. I don't know if Jess can talk us through the line.
Yeah, so we've got the boys Nick Lely, Matthew Hanna, Byron Bay, Tom, Alex and Aiden. Aiden Shields on the line. There's man put on. And Nate Bills is bringing it in from the sideline. Nope, he's calling a brick. And
Victoria's running a zone. They've shown this consistently throughout the tournament that they like to play zone. And it's gone big. And it's gone big too. Oh, wow. That was a massive get by Patrick Graham, who has been dominant in the air and in the end zone in the games I've watched. But it was a good shot by New South Wales. It was definitely worthwhile. So that's my okay.
So here we have New South Wales on defence. Victoria's on O. 25 Dylan Line is passing the disc off now to the handlers. To Alistair. To Azera Bond now. Now it's a turnover. Hit the floor. New South Wales is on now.
Nate Bills picks up the frisbee. Swings to Nick Lely. Up to Matt Hanna. Hammer all the way to Aiden Shields, and he just misses it.
That was very close. That was That was a big attempt at a grab there, but just didn't quite come off. And so it's Tom with the disc, Tom Boyle with the disc, bring up to the line. Hasn't got a lot, and they're kind of stuck in the corner here, but they're still playing it in the corner. It's tight defense. It's hard to get out. Back to Tom Boyle. He looked to open it up, I reckon, a little bit. Look weak side of the field. Doesn't like the amount of contact he's getting, but he gets the disc off. And a little give go, which is signature for Victoria. And the flow and the big throw to Patrick, but that was just too high.
Yeah, the wind's picking up here, so some of the big throws are getting slightly pushed off. But Nate Beals trying to get past his zone, throwing to another handler, looking to swing it round by the looks of it. The Victorians are shutting it down quite well. Going to have to go for a little push pass to restore the stall count. Nate Beals is trapped on the sideline, looking for a big throw. Over to Matt Hanna, caught quite nice and lots of space. Up to Nick Lely, signature for his long throws. He's a very patient guy. I'll get straight to Hanna again, right on the sideline. Another hammer in the wind. Beautiful catch. Score there for New South Wales.
That was a very nice possession, nice passage of play from New South Wales. Have you had much of a chance to watch these boys play, Mercedes?
No, not too much. We've been generally playing while they've been playing, but we actually saw them earlier today and they were just amazing to watch. Really good having New South Wales girls and New South Wales boys supporting each other on the field. So yeah, it's great to watch them now.
And what about training? Holly, did you generally train alongside the New South Wales boys in the last month or so?
Our trials for the team as well as the boys happened at the same grounds at the same time, though thankfully we had to train 1 hour less than the boys, which was very, very useful for us compared to their big muscles. They've shown some great experience, and we've got 3 previous players coaching the team, and they're all good mates, and some of the players and coaches have played together, so they work quite well, and it's been pretty impressive to watch them grow alongside us.
And tell me, Jess, you still at school or at uni? Where are you coming from?
So I'm still in school, in high school with at Hornsby Girls, and most of the girls team is actually still in high school, and most of us will be eligible to play next year as well.
Excellent. Hornsby Girls, I think Carol Cito, I think, was from Hornsby Girls. Do you know Carol? I think so. So she was a dominant player. One of Australia's only gold medals, under 23s, 2010. She was a key receiver on that team. I'm pretty sure she was a Hornsby Girls girl. And so Anthony O'Hagan with the disc. He loves. Oh, that was a good throw. Just slipped through the hands. It's now with Nick Lely. He's got it off to Alex Wood, I think. There's been an injury. Yeah, that was Alex Wood. And so it's sitting with Nathan Innes on the far side of the field.
So Alex looks like he's copped something to the chin. We've got Matt Hanna coming on to replace him. And this is back in, and Nathan again swings it to Nick. So looks to swing it back. The boys are working the cup very hard. They're looking for any gaps they can get. Looking for another dump. Doesn't have a swing there, so got to go for a little pop pass. This is Dennis looking for another high one. Thankfully the wind's dropped, and that one went well quite easily. Big hammer, massive hammer. Oh, that's Harrison just dropping it at the end there. The Victorian Star Lampson's very happy with that defense. It was very, very tight there.
Okay, and Anthony O'Hagan walking the disc up. He is really a key handler for Victoria. And as I've been observing, he gives the disc to someone and then he wants it. Oh, look at that. That is a beautiful looking huck. If it sits a little bit, it'll be caught. But it just doesn't quite sit. Those are being chased down by Angus Wicks, number 10, and they're setting their zone, which is part of what their game strategy is.
Nick's picking the disc up in the middle of the end zone, passes it off to Matt Hanna, Quick give go to Nick Lely. Great hammer to Felix Watson. Gives it to Matt. Straight to Nathan Innes. Dumps it to Matt Hanna. Straight to Nick Lely. Beautiful scuba to Felix. Great layout by Victoria. Nick Lely with the disc again. Oh, straight through the cup to Matt Hanna. Swings to Nathan Innes. Straight to Matt Hanna. Nick Lely. And just over the Victoria's defense to Dennis. Dennis got the frisbee, and it's a score for Nick Lely.
Anthony Hagan made a couple of big bids in the air for a couple of those passes, but just either the disc floated a bit more than he thought, or he just kind of timed his jump at the wrong time. But yeah, there were a couple of great bids there, but New South Wales just worked it through and got the goal. So this is kind of an unexpected start to this game. I think a lot of people thought that Victoria would continue their run, but New South Wales has come out fighting hard with a lot of confidence there and a lot of aggression out there, and a couple of throws from Victoria just haven't come off. So yeah, it's a great start to this final. And what about you, Holly? Where are you at the moment? Are you still at school? Or?
So I'm in year 11 at Kalani, so in Manly Warringah area, which is slightly unfortunate because there's no girls team around there, so we have to travel out to the hills a bit more to get a proper league going. But it's good fun. You get to meet a lot of new people. Most of the people here I've met away from home, so no matter where you go, you've always got a place to stay, so it's quite useful. Yeah, home is where the frisbee is, so it's pretty good fun. But yeah, still at school.
And how long have you been playing?
So my brother, one of the coaches for New South Wales, started playing 2 or 3 years ago. Actually, the first time I really heard about it was when he played for New South Wales, and they took home bronze, I think. And yeah, from that I started throwing around with him. A few teachers at my school play, and so I played a school comp. And then my first real game was at Youth Nats last year.
The pool's gone up. It's deep into Victorian territory, pretty much on the front line of the end zone. They're looking at a zone, working it well initially through the zone. Zone wasn't quite set. Tom Boyle has the frisbee, moved it out wide to Oliver, and it's was that blocked or turned?
Blocked by Dennis, and it went out. So right on the sideline. Nate Bills gets to pick it up and probably looking for a swing. Give it a few options. Not on, so goes out the line to Dennis. He's already up and running after taking a big hit just then. Got great Victorian defence there, stopping pretty much everything. Big throw to the end zone. New South Wales jumping for it. Oh, we got one Victorian in there, managed to shut down all 4 New South Wales. They're playing very well, got good defence.
And Tom Boyle walking the disc back up.
New South Wales put on a zone, straight to Anthony O'Hagan, and swung back to Tom Boyle. And it's a deep throw all the way to Patrick Graham, and he scores it.
That was a great play. That was just beautiful to watch. Anthony O'Hagan got the disc up the line, chased it down, and put up a perfectly weighted throw to Patrick Graham, who is definitely one of the key receivers for Victoria. So Victoria answers, steadies the ship, and yeah, a bit more confidence. We've got a game on our hands, and yeah, can't wait for the next point. And how about you, Mercedes? What's your story with school or uni?
Well, I'm currently at school and I'm in year 12 at Chatswood High School, and I actually learnt to play at school because my school was really involved in frisbee all the gala days. They almost started a lot of them, and a lot of the girls I learnt went to Italy 2 years ago and they taught me how to play. So they went to Worlds, so that's where I got most of my skills, and I was really fortunate to learn at school, so that's been great for me.
Yeah, Chatswood High has a bit of a proud tradition in terms of Australian teams. So, if I remember rightly, Phil White is an ex-Chatswood High team player. He played on the Australian under-19 team in 2008 in Vancouver, and remains one of the top players in Australian men's ultimate. He plays for Bench, one of the top Sydney teams. So, yeah. One day there'll be an honour board for Australian representatives at Chatswood High, I'm sure. And then here comes the pull again. Oh, bobbled, recovered.
Might need that.
That's okay.
So Nate's got the disc at the moment, trying to look to get out of the cut. Swings to Nick Lely, trying to get out of the cut again. There's back to Nate, and a quick give and go to Nick Lely. Another give and go back to Nate, and a big pass. Just goes caught inside by Matt Hanna. Trying to get out of the cup right now. They're having some trouble. He might have to resort to a hammer. No, he swings it across, and it just goes behind. It's a Victorian attack now.
Yeah, the boys are putting on quite a hard defense for both teams. We've got slight break for a shoelace fix-up. It's good that both teams can respect when things need to be done. Got quite a good sideline here as well. We've got a lot of supporters from previous teams. Big throw. Nick's looking for an intercept. There he goes. The boys in Victoria haven't had time to set up their zone quite enough, so the New South Wales are taking advantage of that, trying to break it around a bit. They're slowly forming their cup now. Oh, great dive there. Nick's got back with the disc, looking for somewhere to go. It's been a call. Unsure what the call is at the moment.
Unfortunately, we don't have game advisors. If we had game advisors, we'd be able to tell you exactly what's happening here. But some sort of discussion, perhaps a travel. It didn't affect the play. Something that didn't affect the play. It's staying with the thrower. It's swung across to Nate Bills. He's looking to run to Alex, and he's looking to run the give and go. Oh, no look, tossed over the top. Very cheeky, and the scuba out of the zone. They're using the throws right now in New South Wales. Another one over the top. That's to Matthew Hanna. Fakes a hammer. Gets it back to Nate Bills, who's really looking to take every second pass. And that's in the end zone and caught. Uses his body to fend off the Victorian player to stop him from getting a bit on the disc. And he's taken that in the end zone. And New South Wales gets the next point. Takes back... the trading points at the moment with New South Wales ahead on the trade 3-2.
Do you know what they said in so if Matt Hanna can't get it, then no one can. And then we were talking about last night.
So Jess is just telling us about Matt Hanna, one of the New South Wales receivers.
Yeah, so last night one of the boys were telling us a story of how Matt Hanna, there was just a beautiful throw in the end zone and no one was around, and Matt Hanna jumped like a metre or so in the air and just grabbed it out of the air. Beautiful pluck.
Made for television, I think. It's what we like. We're here to entertain. It's not just about, athleticism. It's about putting on a show. And I think these boys are keen to put on a show and be athletic and be spirited. And I think one of the great things about the games that I've seen this weekend is it's been very highly spirited. These kids want to win this title. There's no doubt. Like, from the depths of their hearts, they want to win this title. But they're able to set that aside in a discussion and have quite a rational discussion about what happened and where the disc should go and who should maintain possession. And it's really great to see such maturity from such young people.
You'll begin to notice that some of the boys in these teams know each other quite well. A few of them playing for junior worlds in about 41 days now. They're off to Poland. So I know, it's a few boys from both teams and from other teams and who aren't playing in this game. So you'll see a few relationships, maybe even put on the line for this game.
I think one thing good thing about Ultimate is you can be bitter rivals on the field with respect and friends afterwards. Okay, so Victoria's got possession. It was a shortish pull from New South Wales, which hasn't hurt them too much, and the disc is moving well. They've got it up to halfway with some little dishy give and goes. Anthony Hagen out there, who just really does dominate possession when he's on the field, and that's gone to the. He's 14 years old, Oliver Lonan, 14 years old, and dominated that. The goal was thrown to... I'm not sure. Get on the YouTube comments on the side panel and tell us who threw and who scored that goal. All right? This is where we're in the sharing world, so this is about crowdsourcing. So feel free to add to our commentary with your own comments and. We hear this. So apparently, thought 29. Ezra Bond caught that goal for Victoria to even it up, 3-3. Couldn't hope for a tighter game than what we're experiencing at the moment. And I will mention again, but currently the season in Melbourne is summer. The sun is out, so it's beautiful conditions. And we've got the backdrop of this. We've got the backdrop of the city. This is Docklands in Melbourne. Very lucky to have these fields. The Melbourne City Council has supported us very well by allowing us to use these fields, and we're really hopeful that we can continue to do this. Run this marquee event and other similar marquee events on these beautiful fields. So there's a timeout called there, maybe. I know it seems like a timeout because they spend about 2 minutes with the coach just like telling their teams a little bit about what great players they used to be in between points. But no, seriously, there's a lot invested in this game, and the coaches want to make sure their teams are well prepared for each point. So and we'll just call this. So it's this in, it's moving. With Nick Lely with the disc on the sideline, just short of halfway. Let's move back to Nate Bills, who in the previous point, going in this direction, was looking to take every second pass. He's a big boy with a big reach that can just toss the disc over the top. He's shown a propensity to throw both a scuba and a high backhand, and even we saw last time the no-look high backhand. We'll see what he shows us this time. Another scuba. He sees those targets and he just gets the disc to them. Number 43, Matthew Hanna, the prettiest receiver in New South Wales boys ultimate. And number 22 has a disc now, Tom Simpson. They restarting the play. Nate Bills wants a disc. He just wants it and he wants to throw it over the top. Oh, that is a nice little inside break. He makes me a liar. Like nice low inside out throw to break it. And Nick Lely wants it back. He's coming back into the weak side of the field. And there's a hammer, but that is not quite the throw he wanted. That didn't quite come out the way he wanted to. And it's a turnover.
So Tom Boyle's now got the disc, looking for a big one down the field. Tom Boyle's got it on the sideline now. Hard mark by New South Wales. Got a little quick dish one from... an upline pass to James Walker. I think there was a foul called there. James Walker's got the disc. The player's stopped. Waiting for... disc is in now. Dishes it to Blake. And he wants to dump it. Oh, and Nick Lely steals it in the end zone. And a huck from Nick. Number 16's running. Alex is running. Oh, and he just misses it. Bounces off his fingers, but it's down the Victorian end.
That was a beautiful throw. An unfortunate receiver error. But yeah, that was a great, exciting passage of play. Double layout for that disc down the line where they both just missed it. Both New South Wales players just missed it, and Victoria got it, but then it was a turnover, intercept turnover, and back with play. Victoria has it deep in their ends, in their half. Number 23, Alistair Shark had the disc, gone to Tom Boyle. He swings it to the weak side, to big space. That was a miscommunication. That was a terrible communication. James Walker had that disc. He had position. He let it go to his other receiver who wasn't expecting it. And meanwhile, the New South Wales defender got between them and got the block. So New South Wales, with a bit of work to do, moving it up the field.
Yep, so this is swung to Nate Bills. Nick Lely's got it again, and he's looking to pass it off to Nate Bills again. They're really working their way through the cup. Straight to Alex and back to Nate Bills. And there's a beautiful break through the cup to Nick Lely. Up line to Matt Hanna. Looking for the give go. And a hammer all the way to Byron Cleesby, who's just got it on the sideline. Looking up. Beautiful throw to Tom. Just grabbed it with a Victorian jumping on top of him, but defended.
That was amazing. It's hard to keep up with everything that's happening here. Victoria then got a bit excited and have overthrown, but those were two amazing plays. It's big and in the end zone, in the back of the end zone. He's kept it in. They scored the goal. They're pretty happy about that. Nate Bills threw that. He's pretty happy. Not sure exactly. Byron Cleesby was a receiver. Patiently, with the defender bearing down on him, patiently held his line at the back of the end zone and caught that goal. But before that, we just saw some amazing plays. Amazing grab with bodies flying everywhere. That whole point was pretty much a highlight reel in itself. So, yeah. We don't have replays in our live stream, but you'll be able to watch this game again later on. Yeah, I think everyone just needs to calm down a little bit now. That was ridiculous. You guys...
Yeah, no, I was wondering if you wanted to say anything.
Get excited. Get super excited. Just get involved. Just get involved. Yeah, I think there's going to be some good photos coming out of this game as well. That was there's going to be some good photos coming out of that point, in fact. So are we how are you feeling, Jess? Are you getting into the game yet?
Definitely getting into it, hoping the boys the best of luck, and yeah, hopefully they can take down Victoria.
Yeah, my co-commentators aren't exactly unbiased in this game, but they're doing a very good job of supporting good play from both teams. And so, again, Oliver Lonan, number 6 for Victoria. Whoa, big block. Wow.
Dennis claims to be the fastest person at Youth Ultimate right now. And straight to Felix.
We've got people on the sideline telling us that Dennis is the greatest athlete here. Clearly it pays off. And we just had New South Wales score again. So girls and boys, this is the first time we've actually got 2 points in a row of this game.
And that was a score by Harrison Galbraith. Beautiful point by New South Wales.
Those last 2 points just came out of nowhere. Well, not the first one was like a fantastic point, but that one, Victoria just never really had a chance to get into the point. And unsurprisingly, I'm assuming Victoria, their coach Hoi Vu, former Australian representative, has called a timeout just to steady his team. This Victorian team has come into this game as hot favourites, undefeated throughout the round robin, and I can well imagine they're starting to wonder what they need to do. They're starting to have a bit of self-doubt. So that's where the coach needs to come in and just steady things a little bit, reassure the players that everything's under control. I don't know, Mercedes, in your final, you guys came out well in the first point, and then WA came out and scored the next two. And do you remember what was kind of being said and how the team was sort of feeling and talking at that point?
Well, we came off half-time thinking, we were doing really, really well. We thought the buzzer went, we just needed 1 point left. But at half-time, we didn't see it coming at all. They came back really, really strong. We knew that we were getting a bit frantic at times, but we know that we needed to calm down, especially on the sidelines. We needed to calm down, evaluate what was going on. But once we got it going again, I think we really had it in the bag in the end.
And Holly, you were one of the key handlers, I believe, for New South Wales, and WA sent that zone down against you for most of the first half, and it looked difficult. From the sideline watching it looked like a difficult zone to work out. It was very loose, lots of open space out there, but frustrating. You couldn't get your throws over the top. And how did you feel in that zone, or what were your thoughts?
So when that zone popped up, it was really hard for us as a team to kind of figure out what was going on, because we're used to quite a hard cup and they're a bit more poachy. So it really stopped a lot of our deep throws, and Western Australia happens to have some of the best receivers and best legs that this youth country can offer. Quite a few of them play for Terra, the Oz youth team. So that really pushed us to have to try and figure out how to swing it a bit more. Eventually, I think we kind of broke it too much, so they stopped using that poach. But it made us as a...
To me, that was like a bit of a relief for you guys. You seemed to handle the man-on-man a bit easier.
Yeah, so when we're man-on-man, I think a lot of us have good sprint starts. So we found that up the line really, really useful tactic, and we got quite a few get-goes. And once we got started, disc moving, it was a bit easier for us.
Yeah, it looked like you were pretty well drilled against the man-on-man, and when you had that stop disc, you just got it moving. And when you were in that zone, was there anything in particular you talked about trying to do to try and break open the zone?
Oh, one of the biggest options was basically swinging it and opening up the gaps, I suppose. It's when they're like that, it's a bit hard. It's very malleable, and they move a lot as defense. And I know Sage, one of the players from Western Australia, she's got some really great reach, so it's really hard to pick the gap. So basically swinging it around the handlers was the best option we had. And
Mercedes, so we've got a little bit of time here because now Hoi is now... Oh, no, sorry. New South Wales is now occupying the line a bit. But one of the standout players for me was Nikki Ma from WA. Do you know her? She had a massive mark. She got 4 hand blocks in the semi-final, and she wasn't quite as dominant in the final. But do you know her? Do you know much about her game?
Yeah, I've come up with her a couple times. We always see each other around in these kind of things. She's got a great mark, really, really tough mark. So it was really hard to come up against her. Yeah, she had great mark, so it was definitely tough.
Okay, we're back. Tom Boyle, the Victorian captain, has the disc around middle of their half and swung it, looking for it again. The give go is a big feature of a lot of the teams here. Big grab by Blake. And a big block. by Nate Bills.
Nate Beals walking it up to the front of the end zone. Matt Hanna's looking long, but it looked off. Straight to Matt Gregory. To Dennis. Dennis looking up, looks for his dump. And to Matt Hanna. Beautiful grab. A good dive by Victoria's Blake. Matt Hanna's looking upfield. There's not many cuts happening. Defended by Victoria. Beautiful block by, I'm not sure actually.
Okay, so Tom Boyle is slowly and calmly walking to pick up the disc around halfway on the sideline. Mercedes.
So Victoria's on the sideline. Tom Boyle's got the disc looking for someone. A huge hammer down the back of the end zone. Grabbed, but caught! Wow, caught by Patrick Graham right at the top of the end. Oh, and there might be a call. There might be a call. I think there was a foul called. And the players stopped, just figuring out what's going on. Patrick Graham's got on, it's looking for a hammer. Oh, it's blocked by Felix from New South Wales. And Nick's got the disc, going for a hammer. A long one. Oh, a great grab by Matthew Hanna. Just on the sideline. To Dennis now. Hammer to Nick Lely. He's looking for a score. He's looking for Felix. It's a hard mark by Victoria. Felix is struggling to get it round. And he throws it into the corner. Oh, and blocked. And it's defended by Anthony O'Hangan.
Just being tangled up here, but we're right. And it's back in play with Tom Boyle, the Victorian captain. Swings it out wide to Patrick Jelinek. And there's one player on the ground. So I think we're going to stop play here. Yeah, so that's Patrick Jelinek, who I think got just cleaned up in like back play in a way. Not sure where the disc is going to end up. Probably back on the side. Oh no, it's going to stay there. That's incredible. And so Tom Boyle has it. He had one of the most beautiful hammers you'll see in that previous point, and completed with an amazing grab. And he gets it back, and he throws the hammer again. Look, it's like magic through the air, but there wasn't a receiver, unfortunately, that time. But I don't know who taught him a hammer, but that's pretty special. So Nick Lely's bringing the disc up.
Yep, he's bringing this up to the front of the end zone. And it's a man defense. Dennis running long, but he's not on. Beautiful push pass to Nate Beals. Nate Beals sending it long all the way to Dennis, but just a bit too far and just rolls to the end.
We just mention as well that the Matthew Hanna, the prettiest receiver in Boys Ultimate, had another beautiful reception in that previous New South Wales possession. And Tom Boyle's bringing it up again. He's key handler on this point for Victoria.
Dennis goes to the foot block, but they get it away up to Blake in the middle of their end. Patrick Graham gives a little dishy back to Blake again, who's got Nick Lely on him, marking hard, stopping anything up the line. Oh, just gets it around, I think. Yeah, probably a trip called indirect fouling. Yeah, we've got a New South Wales on the sideline. Nathan believes he has the prettiest girls' legs in Newcastle. He's quite happy to claim that. He passes right to the middle, send the disc. Alex is back on. Still get it up to one of the best receivers they've got in their team. Tom's again looking for something deep. We're blocking the line quite well. Dennis is stopping anything around. Oh, up to the end zone. Oh. New South Wales boys jumping up, pushing that just out. A few people on the ground, there might be another issue.
There was a lot of contact on that. Thought maybe there might be a foul call, but all clean. I think there were 3 or 4 bodies clashing in the air there, but no calls. Nate Bills comes back with the disc in the corner on the end zone line. Gets it to Nick Lely. He's got it still in the end zone. They need to progress it forward, but now they've got a bit of a look. Don't use it. 2 or 3 possessions this game when they've had that look, they've thrown it, and maybe they should have that time again. Nate Bills can't quite get there. Maybe looking a little bit tired as he tried to get to that disc. Like, it's just been a long point already. Tom Boyle walking the disc looking very tired.
Yeah, they're trying to finally finish off this point and get it right in, but they're a bit messy at the moment by the looks of it. Oh, just went a bit too low there. It's another turnover again for the boys looking into the sun. Got Nate Bills. I'm unsure if he's going to make a big throw. We've got Dennis going deep. Doesn't look like it's on. It's coming back under now. Nate does a little over the top. Oh, gets intercepted by Alex Chapman from Victoria. Boys looking very tired, slowly walking.
This is a good opportunity for Victoria. Anthony O'Hagan with the disc. He's a strong player, and that's a great patient wait for the open cut, throw the goal, make sure of it to Damien Prendergast. Damon, I don't know what yeah. Damien Prendergast. I think we had a mistranslation there. Damien Prendergast with a goal there, number 4 for Victoria. Yep.
This again brings the score up. Even though New South Wales were ahead by 2, they're now only up by 1. It's going to be quite a long game, I reckon. I'm unsure what's going to happen with Universe Point, if we'll get to that. It'll be really interesting to see how much it keeps going back and forth for the rest of the game as everyone starts getting tired. Looks like another timeout's been called.
This game is still got a lot in it. This is going to be an exciting finish. So get out on your social media and let people know that there's an exciting game of frisbee happening in Melbourne right now. Some of the best under 18 players in Australia fighting it out. And in fact, I'm going to call it right now. This is a more exciting game than the National Men's Final this year. So, just tell those Colony boys to get online and watch this game and see how you play exciting bodies on the line ultimate, because this is amazing. Dennis is part of Colony, and but despite the fact they've got a Colony player out there, it's still an exciting game. I'm a Colony player, so I can say that. Or a guest Colony player, let's say. No. We're being very. So, hey, Holly. So, get one. I think we're doing very well supporting that.
Where do we get these sausage things from?
So there's a timeout at the moment. Not sure who called it. New South Wales maybe. They just want to make sure that they're ready for this next point, because it's important. You get a break, you get a 2-point lead. You don't want to squander that. So, even though that's just a single point that Victoria's gotten, there could be some profit in just steadying the ship right now. So we have another guest commentator just to even up the commentary team a little bit. We have
Kirsten Banks from Vic.
Kirsten Bates from the Victorian girls team. Kirsten Banks from Victorian girls team. So she's going to help us navigate the Victorian boys team a little bit. So who are the standout players for you on Victoria?
In the boys, probably Anthony and Tom Boyle. They're pretty good handlers together, so they work really well. They both play for Ballarat also, so that'll help them out a little bit.
So you're a Ballarat girl then?
Yeah, I'm coaching the girls at the moment, so yeah.
So one of the things about this Victorian team actually is that it's quite a regional team. So there's a few different regional centres represented on the team, and I'm afraid I can't give a shout out to all of the players. But but from Wodonga, Geelong, Ballarat, Bendigo perhaps. So it's good to see. It's good to see regional representation on a state team. The juniors ultimate in Victoria is very strong at the moment, as shown by their state team. So it's 5-4 to New South Wales. It's so evenly balanced. I mean, there hasn't really... I'd say there's 1 point where New South Wales came out, got a block scored. But other than that, it's been so evenly balanced this whole game. Hasn't it, Jess?
Definitely. It's been a really close game between New South Wales and Victoria. And as they've said before, Victoria came out winning in the round robin, but might change in this finals for our ultimate. And there's a pull from Victoria. Lodi disc. Nate Beals picks it up. Give go to Nick Lely, and it's a beautiful huck downfield. Matt Hanna's receiving, but just pushed out of the way. We've got Tom Boyle picking up the disc, looking downfield. Looks to the dump, Anthony. Puts a hammer up to Pat. Looking downfield now. Puts it to. Oh, huck. Goes up. Unfortunately defended.
There's a nice passage of play there by Victoria, but just didn't quite connect in the end zone, and maybe a little bit ambitious. And Nick Lely is bringing the frisbee up to the line.
So the boys have set up a stack. Looks like the Victorian boys have switched to man now. Almost a drop there, quite a low throw, called a travel. Just taking it back a few steps, no stoppage. Looks like there's been a pick called. Gus giving us examples of what the call should look like rather than one hand. Have two hands up in the air. Just going back in from Dennis to Nathan. Having a hard straight up force to stop those long throws. Dennis still going for a fake. Nick's got the disc again, looking for a dump. To get it back again, no. Nate chooses not to, looking for Dennis. Oh, risky hammer there. Dennis is on the ground. Injury called. The disc keeps going.
Yeah, Nate Bills loves his scuba, but that just really didn't come out of the hand cleanly, and he'll be a bit disappointed himself in that one. The injured player is Dennis, I think. Yeah, and he looks okay, but he's off the field. He's going off the field. Dennis Tran is off, and I'm not sure who's coming on. We're not exactly sure who's come on. Possibly Matt Hanna, but he was on. They're still trying to work it out. There's a bit of discussion. Another just tightly contested point here. I'm actually not even sure who has possession right now. The disc is sitting on the ground. Okay, Victoria got the turnover there. So they're going to pick the disc up. I see Anthony... Oh, no. New South Wales has retained it. It gets it to Nick Lely. He's got some cuts. Felix has got the disc. Gets it up the sideline to Matthew Hanna. Puts it up. That's going to be contested, but good position from Alex Wood. It's back to Nick Lely. They're looking to score now. Nate Bills wants the disc, and you have to say he's going to get it in the end zone. Nicely laid out for. Just made sure of that. Got his body over the disc and caught the goal. He said he wanted the disc, and he went and got it. And that's, if you're going to be a key player in a team, you got to recognise when you need to step it up and go and get the disc. And that's what Nate Bills did there. Nice to see. So New South Wales steadies the ship again there. They needed to keep their break. Victoria had a shot in the end zone, but it just really wasn't quite there. Very beautiful play up to the point where they put the shot into the end zone. And New South Wales worked at the length of the field to score. And pretty much involved all their players in that passage of offense, I reckon. Yeah.
Looks like as the points getting longer and longer, such tight competition that the boys are getting a bit impatient on both halves and taking a few risks, but looks like that risk paid off quite well. With Nate Bills laying out for that catch right in the end zone, bringing the boys up by 2 for New South Wales. We've got all states, boys and girls, sitting on the sideline waiting to watch the end of this game. It's becoming quite riveting. It's getting quite cold though as the sun sets behind the big bridges of Melbourne, but this is the nicest weather we've had all weekend. No rain, blue skies, and it's not too sunny but not too cold.
And out there in YouTube internet's land, do not forget 50% of the people that you know on this planet right now are in the Facebook app. So share on Facebook, tell them to get into this game, tune into this game because it's exciting and it's only getting more exciting. Here's Anthony Hagen with the disc, key handler for Victoria. Can't find an open player right now. He's got to send it to no one. But what are you going to do? He had nothing. He needed to get the disc somewhere useful, and that's the most useful place for it to be on the field. Nick Lally walking it up.
Yeah, that was a great send by the Victoria player. It's better to be up New South Wales end than their end. Oh, and they're going for a huge huck down the end. It's going to find Jeff, and he catches it.
Dennis.
Oh, and Dennis catches it in the end zone. A good floaty. And it's now half time. The scoreboard says 7-4 to New South Wales, and it's given us half time. Look, it says number 7. Number 9 Jeff.
You're the wrong team. Mercedes was just reading from the wrong team sheet there, despite knowing who the player was. But that's okay. It's little errors, make it more exciting. Tune in for the next stumble from the commentary team. It's half time now. Well, and that was a really exciting half of ultimate. As I just said before that point, get on Facebook. The stats say that the average person on their mobile phone spends 75% of their time inside the Facebook app, and we can't go. Can't go there. So. No, it can't. It doesn't reach. I don't know. We've been thrown in the deep end here, Nate, but we're taking you away from your team, so I'll do it really quickly. But that was a fantastic grab there into the end zone. What were you thinking who had the disc? I can't remember. Was it Nick had the disc maybe?
Yeah, it was Nick.
And what were you thinking at the time?
I was thinking Chappie's had me covered for this whole point. He's my Thunder teammate. I can't let him shut me down all the time. I'm gonna have to burn him and just get a big land in the end zone. Doesn't happen very often, but
And I feel like when you decide that the disc has got to come to you and they throw it, you've got to make sure you catch it.
Yeah. I mean, I got a bit of a questioning look from Victoria's Tom Boyle after I caught it, but it was all safe. It was two hands all the way. Just loving it at the moment.
It's an exciting game. It's a really exciting game, and definitely the commentary team is getting into it. And I think we have 100+ people watching at home. So keep putting on a show.
Yeah, we're trying to. Yesterday's Victoria game was a little bit more one-sided, but this one's close and we're loving it. So
let you go back to the team. Play well. Okay, and we got the captain of Victoria, Tom Boyle, for some halftime comments. So, how are you feeling out there at the moment?
Their man defense is just crushing us. having a bit of trouble finding some options to throw to, but yeah, they're playing really well.
And just quickly, who taught you to throw a hammer? That is one of the most beautiful hammers I've seen in Ultimate.
I don't know. I guess probably my Ballarat coach, Aaron.
Well, shout out to Aaron in Ballarat. Go back and join your team, Captain Tom. Good luck in the second half. Apparently we did that on request for YouTube, and as the sport becomes more professional, people have got to realise that they're not just athletes but they're entertainers, and sometimes you don't want to do the press conference, but it's part of your contract, and these boys have been contracted to entertain you guys out in the live stream, and that's part of their duty. So, but I, as a former elite player, I understand the difficult. You want to dedicate between the starting buzzer and the final point. You want to dedicate 100% of your effort into winning the game for your team, and so it's hard when you get distracted like that. So hopefully we didn't distract them too much. Those two key players for their teams, Nate Bills for New South Wales and Tom Boyle for the captain of Victoria. For me. So we're about to get into half time. The end of half time. So it's going to be back in action pretty soon. It's 7-4 to New South Wales. Victoria came into this game as favourites, if not hot favourites. They kind of dominated the pool play against all the teams. Had a reasonably dominant game. Slightly different conditions in their round robin game against New South Wales, where it was a little bit windy, and that Victoria used their zone to effect. But these conditions are very calm right now, and maybe that's helping New South Wales a bit. The Victorian zone is not really effective in these conditions. So, Kirsten, what do you think Victoria might want to do in this half to change things a little bit?
I think they might start playing zone a bit more throughout this half. It seems to be working a lot for them and getting those Ds.
And is there anything, have you been watching a little bit of their offense? Like, what do you think of their strengths, or do you think they could be doing anything different in their offense?
I reckon they could do a little bit more undercuts. They're cutting too deep and not coming under, which is making them dump more, and putting it more, which is putting them under more pressure.
Yeah, I think both teams are really playing a pretty aggressive deep game, especially when the count gets a little bit high. They just look to send it deep, but both teams have got some great receivers. And here we go, second half starting. New South Wales, Nick Lely receiving the disc, gets it to Nate Bills, who we just saw at half time. Back to Nate, he wants the disc again, and he throws the upside down, which he is quite enamoured with, across field to Nick, and Nick Lely's got it, gets it to Nate Bills. They're not quite at halfway yet though, so they want to get it over that halfway line, taking these risky passes. They're through the zone. Nice vision to Nick Lely. That is a bold throw that can. I'm not sure if the defender got a touch on that, but that was sharp and wasn't caught. And they're retrieving the disc from the bushes there. So Victoria will bring the disc in near one sideline, near the far sideline, front of the end zone, or on the sideline in the end zone.
And Tom Boyle's got the frisbee, and the hooter's just gone. Beautiful up line, looking for his dump. to Anthony O'Hagan to Patrick Graham and back, looking for the deep. Swings to Damon. Tom Boyle's got the frisbee, sends it to the corner of the end zone. Good bids, and it's a score.
Big grab there by Patrick Graham. Cleaning up over the top. I'm not sure, it could have been the intended receiver. Tom gave that a nice little bit of float. Big weak side throw across field from just over halfway. Finds the goal. So I'm glad that our little talk at halftime didn't distract Tom Boyle, the Victorian captain, too much. So that was a pretty passage of play there from Victoria, Mercedes.
Yeah, that was a great passage of play. I think New South Wales almost had it there when it was down their end. But, the Victoria just got a break, got the great pass down the corner of the end zone. Now it's 1st to 8. The score is 7-5. So New South Wales has got a couple of opportunities now to just finish the game here. But there's always time for Victoria to come back. You never know.
I think there's a lot of internal pressure the New South Wales boys were putting on themselves here. They came out and won last year, so they want to keep that reign going and win again this year. So they're having quite another extensive talk on their line, choosing their positions and their play well, matched again by Victoria. I think everyone on the sidelines starting to feel the buzz of what's to come.
This could be the final point of the championship. And if New South Wales has their way, it will be. But if Victoria has their way, they're going to score this point and sow massive seeds of doubt in New South Wales' mind. Jess.
And there's a beautiful pull by Victoria. Nick Lely's got it, and to Nate Bills. He's looking deep, but swings it back to Nick Lely. There's been a call. And it's back to Nate Bills. Victoria setting up their cup and the rest of their zone. It's coming in on 3. Swung to Nick Lely and to Nathan Innes. Nathan Innes. Ooh, big defense by Tom Boyle.
Get excited.
Talk.
Who's picking up?
All right, we've got Anthony O'Hagan picking up the disc. Looking, there we go. We got a dump from Tom Boyle. Looking upfield, pretty close to the end zone. Looking for a dump. Hammer goes up to Blake Nichols, catching it in the end zone.
Patience there from Tom Boyle. He didn't really have a lot. And then I'm going to take part of the credit for him throwing the hammer for the goal, because I did tell him he had a beautiful hammer. And people tell you got a beautiful hammer, you feel like you got to show it to the world. And that was another very pretty hammer. And as we talked about before that point, that is not the outcome that New South Wales wanted from that point. It's a 1-point game now, 7-6, game to 8. It's exciting. Holly's excited. She's jumping up and down.
This is so intense. I think, the boys are going to, New South Wales boys are going to be in offense. They'll be setting themselves up quite nicely to just finish this off and, get it over and done with and shut down Victoria. But the Victoria has proved to have very strong defense. It's going to be quite an intense game. We've got New South Wales standing up on the sideline to support their boys. We've got Victoria wrapping themselves in rugs to keep warm and support their boys that way, I suppose. But everyone's getting into it. It's going to be really intense last point. Maybe the last 3 points we'll yet to see. It's going to get pretty exciting.
And New South Wales, if you're a playmaker in New South Wales, you're thinking, do I play conservatively? Do I keep possession of the disc? Do I make sure, do I trust my teammates to make sure we can just work it down the field? Or do I do what my job is and take a risk, get it down to the end zone and score the point? Because you can finish this game in one pass, and if you're a playmaker on that team, maybe that's your role. So be interesting to see if they play their game, play an aggressive deep game, or play conservatively. Nate Bills to Nick Lely. Nick Lely goes right to Patrick Graham, and if he reads it, it's out. Wow. That wasn't the play there. And Victoria has the disc. Tom Boyle walking back to it. He's very calm. Just doing a bit of gardening on the way through, just to calm the nerves a bit, I think. He'll be thinking a little bit about just take it easy, wait for the good pass. Let's see what eventuates. And Patrick Graham is generating a cut deep early, but he's looked off.
It's getting pretty intense, I think, for everyone here. We've got Anthony looking for something long. Nate Bills gets an intercept. Easy play now. They've got the Victoria off their feet. Tries to do a nice dish, but it's intercepted. Again, New South Wales is now off their feet. Got Tom Boyle looking for a deep option. It's going deep, it's going deep, it's going deep! And it's scored! It's now 7-all for Universe Point!
Wow! Look at that! Oh my God! But I think the crowd tried to invade the pitch there, but the massive Victorian team invaded the pitch. There's a little bit of talk midfield about whether there might be where there was a travel or something like that, but there's no call. New South Wales has called a timeout. I'm not surprised about that. They need to put their best offensive team on the line, and they need to get in the right mental state of mind. That Nick Lely got the disc in that last point. I don't know if they'd planned to put it deep, but Patrick Graham was just standing outside the end zone, the deepest man, and it was thrown into the middle of the end zone, right where Patrick was waiting. So they need to do something different this next point. Don't throw it to the tallest guy in the field, standing still. But they've got the skills. They know they got the skills to close out this game. Their top 7 against Victoria's top 7 is going to be a pretty exciting Universe Point.
Yes, it's getting really exciting now. I don't think anyone saw this coming too much. We thought, us New South Wales girls kind of thought that our boys were gonna take this one out, but the Victoria's come back. It's 7-all, and us New South Wales girls are really hoping that the boys bring this one home, but Victoria have an incredible chance here.
And Kirsten, Victoria's on defense. They need to get a block here. You think they can do it?
I reckon they have a pretty good chance too. They're working really well out there together, so I reckon they'll have a good chance.
It's all about, there's no point in being calm if you're on defense in Universe Point. You've got to get overexcited. You've got to get your players ready to lay out for every single pass and get the disc and then worry about offense after that. You've got to put everything on the line to try and get a block in this sort of situation. 7-all, game to 8, national championship, boys champion of Australia. There's like 17-year-olds, 18-year-olds, one 14-year-old from Victoria. They want to be national champion. How exciting is that? Both teams fired up. Now New South Wales now needs to just be calm on the line, do what they know they can do. Be measured in your risk taking. And asking massive maturity as an athlete to deal with this kind of pressure situation.
Yeah, I don't know how the boys are doing it. They were looking so calm, no one's shooting around. I can barely keep still on the sideline. I'm so excited. We've got the Victorian boys as well, looking quite composed, quite prepared. We're waiting to just finally get this over and done with. This is it. This is the point that'll make or break either of their games. I think everyone's here. Everyone's eyes are glued to it. It's going to be pretty intense, pretty quickly.
I'm going to just going to say as well, Australian Ultimate is growing. It's going to be massive. Schools Ultimate, and this is the final point. Not the best pull, but gathered it middle of their defending half. New South Wales patiently moving around, not scared to throw it over the top. Victoria going back to their zone, which has been their bread and butter this tournament. Nate Bills wants to toss it over the top. He does, and it gets there, but almost didn't have the legs. Matt Hanna, the prettiest receiver in New South Wales Ultimate, is playing a handler role right now. That is dodgy and blocked. blocked by Patrick Jelinek. They're 20 metres out from the end zone. And Tom Boyle, the captain, with a one of the most beautiful hammers you'll see. What's he going to do with this disc? He's playing it calm. He wants it back. All these Victorian handlers, they always want it back. The key handlers, they love the give and go. He's got nothing though. The push pass to Anthony O'Hagan. Anthony is strong. He's thrown a beautiful inside out to break it open. And it's in. And that's it. That's the game to Victoria. That's got to be heartbreaking to New South Wales. Wow. They had that game. Wow. But you can't say that Victoria didn't deserve that game. I think my co-commentators have gotten a little bit quiet, understandably.
Yeah, it's a little biased coming from New South Wales, but that was an amazing last point. The Victorian defence was so tight. They gave no options for our handlers. It was pretty amazing. There's no way to finish that game well. Someone's got to lose, someone's got to win. It was well fought. I think the fact that Victoria was undefeated in the pooled round, that I think is not much you can argue with that. It was a pretty amazing game. You couldn't have asked for a more intense ending.
Thank you, Holly, and thanks Mercedes and Jess and Kristen who assisted with the commentary there. They all want to go and commiserate the boys, understandably, because that was a heartbreaking loss for New South Wales. They had that in the bag. Victoria put the pressure on, and New South Wales just couldn't get their offense working the way they know that they could. So that's the championship. I was excited to commentate that with some of the under 18 girls, and next year we really want to see an entire commentary team of under 18 players. I want youth ultimate in Australia to be run by the youths, by the youth athletes, with the adults providing some assistance and support. So every aspect of this game can be run by youths. I want to develop the leadership of the youths who are playing, the athletes who are playing our sport. Spread the word. Get your school playing. Get more people from your school playing. Build a school club. Talk to your school. Get some frisbees for your school and make it great. I think we're going to sign off now, I imagine. And presentations are going to start soon, but I don't know if we're going to televise prezos. Yeah, so we're going to kill the live stream now. So thanks very much, everyone, for listening. And we will check back in at the next AFDA event. So keep well, everyone. Thanks.